welcome. My name is Don Shaffer. I work for Bloom Tree Realty, and I'm a Lions Club. And I'd like to my partner, David.
My name is David Snyder, and I am a CPA, MBA, and EA, and own my own company, David A. Snyder CPA PLLC. We are both part of the Prescott Sunrise Lions Club. Prescott Sunrise Lions Club just established the Prescott High School Leo Club, and members of that Leo Club are learning to create television shows by doing the directing, camera work, producing, and editing of this broadcast. The members of the Prescott Media Center crew are teaching these Leo Club members these skills. In our club, we have three main fundraising activities: recycling paper in Prescott Valley, Arizona tax credits for charitable organization tax credit, which used to be called the Working Poor, calendar sales in the Quad City area. In this video, we're going to talk to you about the Arizona tax credits and the calendar sales. With the money we receive from these fundraising activities, we transfer these funds to provide kids with eye problems with glasses, treatments, and/or surgeries as are needed.
And we also provide funds for the kids with hearing problems.
Provide funds to the Del E. Webb Enrichment Center, which provides child care for students and workers at Yavapai College.
YEI, what is that?
Disadvantaged adults.
Adult camp in Camp Tadia. We're looking at special needs for kids, and we keep the Yavapai Food Bank funded and supported.
We also provide funds for Yavapai fire victims who lost their homes in the fire, and we paid for the appliances in their new homes.
A couple of years ago, we served and scanned to the Yavapai County nurses to provide help for younger kids in Yavapai County.
And the Lions Club van that can be used for people in underserved areas in Yavapai County. This is what we do because we serve.
We serve. We say it together, David.
We serve.
We serve. We're supposed to say it together. I got it written right down here.
Yes.
Okay, one of the things we're going to talk about today I'm going to talk about right now is the calendars. The calendars started last year in 2015. But in 2014, Dave made a suggestion, or not a suggestion, but said we needed more programs and more events that we can take in our funds and really spread it around the community and the county. And the calendars came up under Ed Bergman, and he helped design and put together in 2014 for 2015 calendar. And Ed kept going on this. You know, he put this thing all together not by himself, but he had a committee, and we decided to buy about 1,000 calendars for 2015, and we did so, and we sold something like $17,000 for. How much did
about
we make?
$17,000, and we netted about $12,000 on that project.
12,000 clear. Well, that's not bad at all,
is it? That's terrific, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Well, this year we've developed a new calendar, and it looks really nice. And we've got a little picture of it here. I don't know if I want to show that or not. It'll glare off. Remember, it looks good with your coat. We will be True Value has agreed to let us sell calendars in front of their store. So True Value on November 21st. And December 5th, and that's from 9 o'clock in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. You can pick up your calendars there, or you can come and pick them up at True Value. They're on sale on the counter there at True Value. Pick up the calendars there, or Prescott and Prescott Valley Chamber, and grab a Sunrise Lion and get a calendar from him, okay? And call us or call me, Don Shaffer, at 710-0061, and I've got the calendars all in the back of my truck and ready to go. And now,
also, if we have the Leo Club at Prescott High School has some calendars
they picked them up. All right,
yeah,
that's super.
that they can sell if you're affiliated with PHS or you're a parent, go and see one of the Leo Club members, and they'll sell you a calendar.
The calendars are really part of a major fundraiser for the Lions this year, and we'll continue to do those for the next 5 or 6 years. We hope we'll continue forever.
Yep.
And put it all together. David, you have something to say about another program we have is called tax credit. You got something to say about that, don't you?
Well, I'm going to talk to you about the broader range of the Arizona tax credits. There's 5 Arizona tax credits. One of them is the charitable organization, which used to be called the Working Poor Tax Credit, and that is $400 married filing jointly and $200 for individual taxpayers. We actually have a Lions Club fund, and we're going to bring on a guest to talk about that one specifically in a little bit. The Arizona Military Family Relief Fund is also a tax credit that you can apply to the Arizona tax credit to your Arizona tax return. And that's $400 married filing jointly and $200 for individual taxpayers. Public schools, which is $400 married filing jointly and $200 for individual taxpayers. I give mine to, I'm going to give mine to Future Business Leaders of America, FBLA at PHS.
And I'm going to give mine to the high school's athletic department. Kind of back up. It's going to be a great thing. You said there was 5 of them?
I'm going to do the other 2 now.
Okay.
Okay. The school tuition program allows you to do, for 2015, $2,162 married filing jointly and $1,081 for individual taxpayers or other statuses. And those include like Sacred Heart or Primavera. Those are the schools I look at when I'm, those are private schools that I look at when I'm applying those. But there's other ones out there, so look around. And then there's the foster care tax credit, which is $800 married filing jointly and $400 for individual taxpayers, unless you already contribute to the charitable organization tax credits. Then it's $400, $200, and that's because they're affiliated. So so you have that. So say you gave $3,762 for married filing joint taxpayer filers, and $1,880 for your other statuses. Say you gave $3,762 as a married filing jointly person or couple, and you owed $3,762, then you would owe $0, and you'd probably get back all your withholdings, depending on other things. So if you paid that amount, for example, and then you only owed $2,000, you don't get the $1,762 back. You get to carry that forward up to 5 years.
Really, you can actually, if you don't use it all in your taxes, it's a funny statement because I'm not a tax man, you can put that in the next year?
Yeah, you can carry it forward up to 5 years.
5 years?
Yes.
Hey.
So that'll help you next year too if you actually overpay these tax credits.
Well, our guest is pretty special about this stuff too. I mean, he knows what's going on, and you're on top of it. I'm not. I don't know exactly where I was going to go and what I was going to do. And after talking to you and listening to this, I'm ready to move anytime.
And those federal tax return, it also helps you on the federal tax return up to your effective tax rate.
I thought it was only the state of Arizona taxes.
No, helps you on the federal tax return too.
Oh, okay.
So it can, again, you can carry it forward up to 5 years. You can contribute to things that you are interested in, as opposed to what the government wants you to send it to. And you can it helps you on your federal return, and it's really good to help out organizations in this area that really need the money, as opposed to giving it to the Arizona government, and where they decide where you put it.
Is there any rule and regulation in this about 501c3?
Yes, you have to send it to a 501c3, and everything but the school tuition program you have to do by 12/31. You have to do by December 31st of 2015 to be able to use it for 2015. You can use the school tuition program. You can pay the school tuition program up to April 15th.
So you need to look at it now. You need to
absolutely. You got a month and a half.
Yeah, the this show will be in December, so
Yeah.
you've really got a short time to get this doggone thing done, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Well,
But it's good to help out the again. It's good to help out the organizations in the community, and it's good to
it makes a difference. It makes a big difference.
and it helps you reduce your taxes.
Yeah. Well, the Lions Club is kind of like the middleman for the taxes. You send it to us, and you tell us where to go, and we put it there, and then it's all you get all credit for it.
And we're gonna talk about that when we get our guest on.
Okay, very good, fantastic. I don't know any more questions about that, but I do know that you should look at it if you're paying state and county and government taxes.
If you're paying taxes,
you should look at this. Yeah.
Come see me, and I'll help you.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. It's all available. Our guest will talk about it. Maybe he'll be nice enough to say what his phone number is, because he's done it for the last 4 or 5 years, and you've been involved with it too. Tax credit is very important to look at it. I can't come up with any reason not to look at it and review it. So the thing is, David, you said $3,700 total?
$3,762 up for married filing jointly tax.
That's a lot of money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If you owe that much, you clear it out.
Yeah, I haven't heard anyone say anything about how much it was or what went on and what happened, but I think there's a lot of people out there and in our audience that might want to get some more information, so they can get a hold of you.
Yep.
And our guest, and we'll have him there for a few minutes, that's for sure. But what the tax credit situation started here some time ago. I don't know how many years ago it started, and we've got that, and we've got our little calendar going on here now. But we're gonna kind of take a few minutes here to get our guest in. So can you give me David, can you give me a reason not to do the tax credit thing?
Not really.
Not really. It's such a good thing. It's really, you have educated me, so thank you very much. You're one of the only people I know of who's been able to educate me. Well,
that might be something you have to look in the mirror for.
Yeah, I have to. What is this thing here? Is this something Chuck's going to talk about?
Absolutely.
Oh, well, that's okay. This is Chuck.
Now we're going to transition to our guest, Chuck Schwartz.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much. We'll be right back. Well, we're back, and I'd like to introduce our guest this show, and he's our first guest. And Chuck Schwartz has been doing this for some time. So, Chuck, David, you two are specialists. You're on.
Well, thanks, Don. As Don said, I'm Chuck Schwartz. I'm a proud member of the Prescott Sunrise Lions Club. I'm also a certified financial planner with Ameriprise Financial right here in Prescott. And they asked me to step in today to talk a little bit specifically about the tax credit program for what used to be called the working poor, charitable organizations, and how the Prescott Sunrise Lions Club is using our foundation to support a lot of very worthwhile agencies in the area. As Don and Dave indicated earlier, you do get a Arizona tax credit against your Arizona income taxes for contributions to this program, $400 for a married couple, $200 for a single. That credit can carry forward for up to 5 years. One of the questions that they asked earlier is there ever a good reason not to do this? One of the reasons I have heard is my accountant said that I've got this already filled up for 5 years and I shouldn't make any more contributions. Taxes are a great thing to think about. Tax credits are a wonderful tool to help abate those taxes. But the reality is that you are making these contributions because you recognize you're supporting these important agencies within our community, and that's the reason you make the contribution. The tax credit is a bonus on top of that. So whether you qualify for the tax credit offsetting your income taxes or taking a deduction on your federal taxes or not, this is a great way to help support your fellow citizens, your neighbors. We have a number of agencies that we support through our tax credit program. Dave and Don already alluded to several of them. The Delhi Webb Family Enrichment Center, which is right at Yavapai College, helping the youngsters from parents that are attending college get a head start into their schooling. The school nurse assistants, where we bought the vision screening machines that goes all around the county, helping to identify kids who may not have ready access to eye care and seeing if there are problems. We have Yavapai Exceptional Industries, which are helping disabled citizens in our area get employable services. Yavapai Food Bank, of course, is one of the preeminent food banks in our area. The Leader Dogs for the Blind is helping train dogs to provide assistance to visually disabled individuals. Prescott Area Shelter Services is a very important agency. Sometimes you will go into an area like ours and you will find that there are a lot of challenges that occur in marital situations. You have spouse abuse, you have child abuse. Prescott Area Shelter Services steps up and says, we want to help protect the endangered people, the spouses, the children. We'll get them in a safe place, help educate them, get them employable, and help them better themselves.
Dave, Chuck, can I ask a question in here?
Sure.
You did say YEI.
Yeah.
And that's a very big, very well-known organization in Prescott. It's been around 40 years, I think, or something like that.
Going on 40 years, that's right. It provides training opportunities for mentally and physically challenged adults and young folks. You perhaps have seen the park benches that they make. They have a lot of other very worthwhile projects that they do. And they, they are very active in the community in terms of the services that they provide, the products that they make, and the visibility that they have. Because from a personal situation, I had a brother that was disabled in this way. It used to be that people that had these types of challenges were stored away in holding facilities and not given a chance to contribute to society. Organizations like YEI allow them to develop self-worth, the ability to go out and live independently or with minor assistance in their community, get meaningful jobs, and contribute to their society.
There's another organization, not an organization, but another, I believe we mentioned, and I'm going to ask about Camp Tadia, the Lions Club camp up there in the White Mountains.
Yeah.
Is that on this list that I can?
Camp Tadia is indeed on this list. Camp Tadia is supported by all the Lions clubs in the state of Arizona, and it provides 2 weeks of camping to disabled kids.
You mean David can get in on this if he wants to?
Well, Dave is a big kid, but typically it's somewhat smaller.
Okay.
And they have a free policy. You know, wherever you are, put in an application, and we will have you come up to the wonderful, beautiful facility in the White Pines for a fun-filled time of camping, hiking, learning about nature, and doing all sorts of interesting activities. It's a very, very worthwhile organization.
Yeah, if you've never been there, you should go up. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. What about Yavapai food banks, or the food banks around here? Did any of those?
Yavapai Food Bank is the food bank that's located in Prescott Valley, and that we directly support with our tax credit foundation. They've been around many, many years, and fortunately and unfortunately, you know, they are there. The unfortunate part is that there are so many people that, for reasons that are beyond their control, need to take advantage of their services, and they can go in there, get a box of food to help them prepare very nutritious meals throughout the week, and it really, really provides an excellent safety blanket. Mm-hmm. Parenthetically speaking, we have another food bank that we support here. It's not on our tax credit program, but our Lions Club directly supports it.
That's right.
And that's community covered. And our Lions Club gives at least once a month, or during the holidays every week, we bring in food items or donations to help support them with their projects. So our club is very, very active in supporting the food banks.
The Yavapai County Nurses Organization, we support that. Are they, can they be part of that?
School nursing assistants is one of our partners.
Yeah.
And the school nurses face an enormous challenge, not only in the Quad City area, but also in the county, because they are required to go and look at every student in the county once a year to evaluate them for some basic needs, including eyeglasses or eyesight, which is why we bought a couple of scanners to help them with that. And these are state-of-the-art eye examination scanners that they take with them. We provide other services for the nurses too, but quite often it's simply a matter of we will get a call from one of the nurses and say, we have this need that needs to be met. Can you help? And we will have the funds available to get those met. One of the things that you never hear about, what I just said. Almost every one of these projects that we've talked about, the Lions Club is there supporting it. This is probably the first time you've heard about it, because we tend to fly under the radar.
Yes, yes.
Don and Dave said right on the start that our motto is we serve, we don't publicize. Well, now we're starting to publicize, but that's to help our community.
Well, you know, Chuck, one of the things that just really, we have, as a Lions organization, Lions International here in the Quad City, we bought a van. Was it a van or a RV?
It's an RV that we bought from a Lions Club over in New Mexico. The Noon Lions Club spearheaded this effort,
right. Yeah.
and it is a beautiful, beautiful tool. They brought it over. All the Lions Club chipped in to get it refitted. It's been branded on the front, and you've probably seen it in a number of events, and you will see it quite a bit. The idea is that this van is available to provide eye care assistance not only to youths but also adults who don't necessarily have access to a regular optician or an ophthalmologist. Wow. They will travel to the far-flung reaches of the county, up to Seligman, down to Black Canyon City, and every point in between, east, west, north, and south, and provide these types of services to people who would not ordinarily have them. And that way we hope that our joint clubs' efforts, all the Lions Clubs in the Quad City area, are able to make a meaningful impact on the well-being and health and improvement of the citizens of Yavapai.
Well, Chuck, you know, thank you for giving us a lot of information here about the tax credit and what we can do. Is there a form that we can reach out on the
Yeah, well, that's a good question, Don. And yes, there are several ways that you can make this contribution. On December 8th, which is a Tuesday, those of you that subscribe to the Prescott Daily Courier will see one of our flyers inserted into the newspaper. It's just a simple back and forth with explanation on it, but it has a list of all the organizations that we support, and all you need to do is fill out the form, tell how much you're contributing. It doesn't have to be $400, $200. If you can only afford $10, we welcome that. Every dollar makes a difference, and you can check off which of the agencies you want to support. One of the most important, I'm going to interrupt you because I see time is short, one of the most important is use where the need is greatest. And that simply comes into our foundation, and there are things, there are projects, there are needs that come up throughout the year, and these funds allow us to be able to address it without any sort of hesitation at all. Dave gave the example of the fire damage that was unfortunate over in Yarnell, and our club stepped up with donating appliances to that. We've had many, many occasions where that greatest need has served a lot of good.
Including the scanners that we gave to the school nurses.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. This program, if I want my money to stay in with the Lions Club, that's going to support all of those programs, because we have a foundation at I think every Lions Club has a foundation.
501c3.
And 501c3. So we kind of look around and we make sure that the right ones get the right money.
Right. Well, and this is Prescott Sunrise Lions Foundation, so you're very polite to phrase it the way you did. One of the things that neither of you have mentioned yet, nor I, 100% of the dollars that come in here when you designate it to a project, whether it's the Fair Start backpack program at the Center for Creative Justice or Del Webb Family Enrichment Center or Family Advocacy Center, 100% of those donations flow through to that organization. We don't hold a penny back. We don't have any employees. We don't have any overhead about that. So it's a very cost-effective way to make these contributions.
It is. And we take very good care of that money, don't we, as far as the boards are concerned and what we do and how we do with it. Well, Chuck, thank you so much.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thank you.
Thanks for asking me to be here.
Well, we had to have somebody. One of the things we wanted to say today is there's a few projects going on around town. One of them is the Christmas tree lots. Look for them. The Evening Lions are involved in Prescott, and the early bird, Prescott Valley early birds are going to have their Christmas tree lot. So look for that. And
I want to thank everybody that within this broadcast. The Leo Club members are Sarah Wynn, Bridger Johnston, and Wesley Bradstreet. And the people from the Prescott Media Center are Jim, Paul, Linda, and Mary.
And boy,
thank you very much.
They know what they do, don't they?
They do a great job. They helped out training the Leo Club, and we thank you very much. Thank you for watching the Don and Dave Show, brought to you by the Prescott Sunrise Lions Club.
Thank you.